Right, this is a short documentary entitled The Fall and Restoration of Orthodox England and the Role of Our Parish of St Michael's, Guildford, in all of this. And also added to that is the restoration of Orthodox Europe and our western part of that included in that. And my potential role in it as the senior claimant, true Orthodox claimant to the English, and for that matter Scottish, Welsh, Breton, Irish and vacant Hungarian thrones, subject to the right conditions and ratifications, e.g. by the Wittanigam of England, or Witten for short, which could be reformed from existing trusts, and our parish council, likewise for the other thrones. Now, of course, it depends upon the right conditions, which is what I will come to. So here we have St Alfred's Parish House, which is open today for Trapeza, as it says, and that's all owned by the parish. Now, this St Alfred was actually related to me and came from the royal house of Wessex, and he was murdered right near here. They started him, and he died in Ely, and he was ambushed by his troops by Harold II. That's in Harold of Hastings' father. So we'll then move on to the fall of Orthodox England. Now, what's interesting about that, if we move here, is that Orthodox England is, a lot of people don't realise that England was ever Orthodox, and that's why the establishment is basically very scared of the likes of us. Now, looking at this book cover here, the English Church 1000 to 1066 by Frank Barlow, leading historian in his day. Of course, 1066 is the cut-off point, and that's for the reason that is the Norman conquest was the essential part of the fall of Orthodox England. No conquest and no fall, at least not in that manner. Now, we then move on to an anonymous prophet of Mount Athos of 1053. And what it says here, and I've got another copy of it, which is in landscape, so switching to landscape. An anonymous prophet of Mount Athos, 1053. After describing the main events of the early 20th century with amazing accuracy, the prophet continues. The New European War, 1939 to 1945, union of Orthodox peoples with Germany, 1940. There was an alliance then. Submission of the French to the Germans, 1940. They were defeated. Rebellion of the Indians and their separation from the English, 1947. England for the Saxons only. Victory of the Orthodox. Defeat of the Muslims. General slaughter of the Muslims and of the barbarians by the Orthodox peoples. Anxiety of the world. General hopelessness on the earth. Battle of 7 states for Constantinople and slaughter for 3 days. Victory of the largest state over the 6. Union of the 6 states against the 7th, Russia, and slaughter for 3 days. Cessation of the war by an angel of Christ God, and handing over of the city to the Greeks. Submission of the Latins to the unerring faith of the Orthodox. Exaltation of the Orthodox faith from the east to the west. Cessation of the Roman papacy. Declaration of one patriarch for the whole of Europe for 5 or 50 years. In the 7th is no wretched man, no one is banished. Returning to the arms of Mother Church, rejoicing, thus shall it be, thus shall it be, Amen. Now, that was published some years ago in Greece and then also in England, long before the Brexit vote, which is part of the fulfillment of that prophecy. So we then move on to St. Margaret, Queen of Scotland, and her family. Now, I'm a direct descendant, legitimate descendant, I might add, of St. Margaret, Queen of Scotland, who was also, as we see from here, the daughter of Princess Agatha, sister to the King of Hungary. And that is none other than St. Stephen of Hungary, King of Hungary, whose crown exists to this day. It's a famous crown. Now, and also, interestingly enough, I'm also directly and again legitimately descended from the Norman ducal family via the marriage of Waltheof, Earl of Northumbria, who was executed in 1076, in May 1076, in Winchester by William the Conqueror. He led the rebellion of the Earls, which was the last serious attempt to restore Orthodox England, and he is regarded as a martyr, and there were many healings from his relics, which is well testified. He hasn't been formally glorified, but he is essentially, he doesn't really need to be, he's the last known martyr, Orthodox martyr of the Norman conquest of the English, who were also martyred in great numbers at Hastings. Now, it's also worth noting that one of his descendants was Robert the Bruce, and basically we don't get we get no publicity in any of the official organs of the state. You never get any of us on Thought for the Day or anything like that, because they are scared of our legitimacy. And it's noteworthy that the current so-called Duke of Edinburgh is an apostate from Orthodoxy, and also the breach of the coronation oath to uphold the law of God, which was made by so-called Queen Elizabeth II. E.g., she refused to oppose the Abortion Act 1967, unlike the King of Belgium, who refused to sign abortion legislation. And her oath also includes upholding the true gospel, which, of course, is Orthodox. Now, not only did she fail to convert to Orthodoxy, but her Orthodox husband, Prince Philip of Greece, who's from the Greek royal family, although that's of Danish descent, but I'm going to go into that here, apostatized to Anglicanism, though he's not obliged to. Instead, when he married her, there was a failure to repent by him will result in internal damnation for certain on his behalf. So let's hope he repents. That's all for now, folks. I look forward to the restoration of Orthodox England.